Hello everyone, my name is Akwila Wahyu Sukma Priya, NIM 20010714021. Here I will explain regarding the histories of education management. Education management is one of the most needed fields of education institution and system. Therefore, this field is very requires in-depth exploration. This study aims to investigate the history of education management. Histories of education management. Introduced. The education management has a long history in the process of progress. Previously, the management of education was known as education administration. Despite a change in terms of internal administration and management, the education sector, which in turn became education leadership. But the process of development of the study does not spread evenly across countries. Hallinger and Chen 2015 studies have concluded that Asian science in the study of education management and leadership are still their early development stages. Indonesian management of education has undergone significant change after the centralist concept of change from centralization. The official decentralization of education was established in 1999 on the basis of the law of Statute 22 in 1999 on local government. Since 2001, the administration of education in Indonesia has changed dramatically. Management and finance responsibility for all levels of education has been decentralized by the central government, mostly at the regional level. Management-based schools (SPM) were also introduced national and officially adopted as a policy education for all schools in Indonesia with the launch of the National Education System Law Number 20 of 2003. Development of education management. The rise in education management goes beyond the development of the administrative theory. Cantor 2005 described the naming of education administration in use in 1945. However, science has placed the birth of a modern day in the administration of education in 1950. With the advent of movement theory in the administration of education, the emphasis of education management began in the United States in the 20th century 19. So, a change from education administration to the education management occurred during 1975. The early birthing journey of education management was characterized with great truth in concept and practice derived from the industrial condition of the United States. At the time, education management was a profession and as a field of study in the United States. The search of efficiency in education at the time encouraged American education to participate in the administration preparation program, which in the next few years led to the institution of education management program and the academic section of education management. In a very short period, since its birth, 1960, the management of education has become a science discipline. Education management in Indonesia. The creation of the field of education management in Indonesia is inspired from the history of its development in Western countries and the development of Indonesian education. This field of study is well known as and has become an important topic in the management of Indonesian education institutions, but its development is still relatively young. This is related to significant development of Indonesian education in 1970 when the New Order government explained the scope of the education sector. However, this condition had little impact on the principal leadership practice. Further development in the field of education management occurred at the beginning of the year 1990 in Indonesia when finally some university opened study program education management, the name of the education administration study program. Furthermore, in the 2000s, when the education system decentralized, this brought change to the leadership practice of principal and the time also school-based management (SBM) implemented in school. Thus, this condition also encouraged the emergence of the assumption the education stakeholders and Indonesian science to develop the field of study education management in the dealing with the complexity of problem and change in field of education. Conclusion. The development of education management began in the United States in the century 19 and spread to various countries. In Indonesia, the plan it became to know in the late 19th century and flourished rapidly in the 2000s after a decentralization of education. Management concept education can be understood from four main aspects. First, applying science from contextual management to education. Second, relating of management of the various research of education. Third, practice education management that should be efficient and effective. Fourth, education management is directed to achieve goal of flexible education. So much information that I provide. More or less, I apologize. Thank you for listening.